真実の研究を持ってると募集最後のシェイバンだ
Post. It flies. The news. Look, Ma, no wires. The Times. Blue bomb buzzes Metropolis. The Planet. We're sitting on top of the story of the century here. I want the name of this flying whatchamacallit to go with the Daily Planet like bacon and eggs. Franks and beans. Death and taxes. Politics and corruption.
What is up, everybody? It is I, Decrepit, the hooded lad in the corner of the cantina, and we are back once again for another episode of Hang Out With Your Floppy, where we talk comic news, superheroisms, and review our favorite books, trades, and strips. What is up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a splendid Monday today. It has been quite a day for myself, if I must say, but we won't get into it. We're just going to go ahead and have a great show tonight. Hope everybody's doing well, guys. Before we get started with the show, be sure to like and share the stream. Be sure to subscribe if you aren't already, but shout out to all the lurkers, shout out to the live chat, and shout out to the replay crew. We love to see you guys regardless. And guys, if you aren't already, be sure to go ahead and give me a follow on X at the Decrepit One. It's spelled exactly how you see it right here on the YouTube channel. And I will go ahead and do you one further, and I'll go ahead and drop the link into the chat for you guys as we speak. Let me get it pasted into the chat, and there we go. All right, so there's the link right there to the X account for you guys to go ahead and follow me, talk some shit with me, and let's go ahead and raise a ruckus on what used to be the Twitter stomping grounds. So yeah, we got some topics tonight, guys. Of course, we're going to be tackling some topics, and some of them are topics that we've already covered as well on previous streams, but it's because the movies that we're discussing tonight haven't dropped yet, guys. We are still hesitating and anxiously awaiting the bomb that is going to be Supergirl. We are also hesitating and waiting to see what's going to happen when they finally drop the new Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. I'm very anxious more along the lines to see how that plays out, because we already know where Supergirl is probably going to end up. And where is that? I'd say in the dumpster. So be sure to stick around, and let's go ahead and hang out, and let's talk some bullshit and our favorite superheroes and capes and people in tights. Real quick, before we get started, we did have a shout out from someone in the chat. We got Stig Kenobi in the building. What is up, Stig? Good to see you, man. He said, "Hi there, you bastard. Hope you are doing well today." I'm doing well, Stig. Thank you for asking, man. Hope you are doing well all the same, my friend. Shout out to Stig Kenobi in the building. All right. But hopefully you guys are going to be tuning in. We're going to let some people trickle in real quick, and then let's go ahead and get started with our first topic. Like I said, we're going to be tackling a little bit of the Supergirl controversy that happened recently with Millie. What is her name? Millie Alcock? Is that her name? Or I know I'm probably butchering the first name of her, but Alcock I know is her last name. And she was in some controversy. I kind of grazed over it, probably more than grazed over it, but I talked about it a little bit on Solo Tirade last Thursday, but we're going to go ahead and touch base a little bit more. A lot of people have been crashing out too on people that have been noticing and making a point that she really was disastrously fumbling, I should say, excuse me, on that tabloid interview that was done on the red carpet for the Supergirl release. And there's been a lot of people that are also coming to her defense and saying, like, don't judge the movie based on some remarks made by one of the actors. Separate the actor and the actresses from the art and from the creation. But I beg to differ all the same. And exactly how Stig Kenobi just said right now, she's the new Zegler. Rachel Zegler, very infamously known for sabotaging a lot of the PR for that Snow White film. I don't even know why they bothered calling it Snow White, because Rachel Zegler, as we all know, does not look anything like Snow White. But I'm not going to be one of those old men that cries about a cartoon movie being adapted into live action. So we're not going to do that here tonight. But yeah, Millie Alcock, I want to say is her name. Millie Alcock, she was basically in the hot seat for the remarks she made, and I kind of covered it already, but we can discuss it a little bit. And there's people bitching about it. We're gonna get into that. Absolute Green Arrow issue number 2 also dropped last week, and I ended up finally getting my hands on it. I'm only highlighting that because I did promote the fact that I was following issue number 1 when it did drop. And Absolute Green Arrow issue number 1, I had some issues with it, but it seemed a little more on the promising side. But issue 2 reaffirmed my suspicions and how I think that was going to go down, as far as the focus on one of the side characters. Typical bait and switch stuff. Bait and switch is a very high method used by a lot of Hollywood and the comic book industry all the same. So it's unfortunate, but I knew that was going to come. So we're definitely going to get into some talk about the Absolute Green Arrow issue number 2 fumble that happened last week. And then we're going to discuss some of the Batman animated movies that are coming down the pipeline. And then we're going to get into new comics of this week. And then I got something that I'm going to brag to you guys about that I ended up purchasing over the last weekend. A little bit of a PC buy that I had to get for myself, but I just wanted to show you guys front my stuff a little bit. But all right, I think we got some people in the building. Oh, February, what's up, man? February, you're gonna have to forgive me, man. I know you hopped in the Discord, and we'll promote the Discord at the end of the show, by the way, guys. But February hopped up in the Discord, and I have to mod him, but it slipped my mind. I had a lot of going on February, so do excuse me, man. I'll get around to modding you very soon. Do not worry, my friend. Good to see you. No worries. I know, man. I'm just letting you know. All right. Good to see everybody in the chat. Let's go ahead and get into our first topic with the Supergirl stuff. And that being said, we can go ahead and dive into the corner of Hang Out with Your Floppy. That is the Hooded Lad Gazette. And let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So I wanted to start this kind of off with a weird way. Instead of opening an article and let's break down an article, I wanted to just go ahead and open up the Google search, by the way, guys. And when I say the Google search, all I did was I typed in Supergirl into Google, and I wanted to highlight and show off, just between you and me, just between us guys here, and gals, if there are gals in the building, but I doubt it at this point. Supergirl on a Google search. Okay, guys. And let's go ahead, share screen, and we're in. So I went ahead and I searched Supergirl. Let me see if I can zoom it in a little bit quicker. There we go. A little bit bigger for you guys so you guys can see clearly. I went ahead and I was scrolling through this Google search, and I just wanted to point out the promotion money has hit. The promotion money has been up the ante for DC and this James Gunn rollout for this film right now. The money's been hitting. Because you see right here, the number 1 was a Deadline article for Supergirl, $100 million promo partner campaign, biggest ever for Warner Brothers DC Studios. And it's Waymo, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Samsung, Ulta Beauty. Like, this all just hit like today. Like, they got a big shot of adrenaline, aka gold nuggets, into the pocket of DC so that they can promote this movie, because they're in a panic. They're in a panic right now, and they know that Supergirl is not going to be the hit that they all hope for. This isn't going to be one of those situations where people that are shilling for DC can confidently say, "Oh, this movie's going to make $1 billion." I highly fucking doubt that. And if they say anything of that sort or anything close to that, they're fucking kidding themselves, and they should really reconsider talking publicly on the internet. But yeah, Supergirl is going to be a fucking dumpster fire, and I'm going to be here for it. I'm going to grab the marshmallows. I'm grabbing the chocolate bars. I'm grabbing the graham crackers. We're going to make s'mores over this hot fucking mess. So, like I said, right here, they got shot with the fucking piggy bank straight to DC so they can start promoting this like a fucking madhouse. And when is this movie supposed to come out again, guys? Isn't it the end of this month? Isn't it June's? It's pretty soon, ain't it? I want to say. I could actually say, I want to say it's the 26th, ain't it? Yeah, it's January. God damn. Get yourself together, decrepit. June 26th is when the movie is finally coming out, right? And so they are panicking. They are in a fucking frenzy. 4 more days until this movie comes out, and they are just getting all the fucking money pushed to the front for this film because they can't anticipate how big of a loss this is going to be. And right here, as we scroll down, it was saying Supergirl. This was reported by Forbes, by the way, yesterday. Supergirl opening weekend tracking numbers drops ahead of Friday release. Fox News reported 3 hours ago. After questionable remarks for star Millie Alcock, new tracking shows Supergirl on track for $200 million loss. God dang, dude. God dang, that is horrible. Well, you know what? You get what you fucking deserve, James Gunn and DC. You get what you deserve. And then right here, of course, there's caping and coping put out by a lot of the bigger websites. IMDb right here saying Millie Alcock gets support from David Cornsweet and Superman cast at Supergirl NYC premiere. Yeah, of course David Cornsweet's going to be there. He's in the fucking movie. He's a part of the film. So why wouldn't he be on the red carpet? Of course he's going to be taking photos with her. Of course. I don't know what they're kidding with these kind of titles for these articles, man, because they're just trying to put David Cornsweet behind Millie Alcock as like a diversion. Like I said, this was reported like no less than an hour ago. 50 minutes ago is when this article came out as of this recording or this live stream. So, yeah, of course he's going to be there. Nicholas Hoult, of course, is there as well because these people are in the movie. And I'm telling you right now that just because you put David Cornsweet next to her, David Cornsweet, he's a good actor. I didn't have too much of a problem with him being casted as Superman, but him standing behind her in like a kind of support role or them trying to show like, hey, like he's a part of this, he's going to make it a little bit better. It's not going to be all bad. Wrong. Get out of here. I don't want to hear it, dude. David Cornsweet can't save this film with some PR stuff, and that's just the facts of this, okay? Gizmodo reported Supergirl star Millie Alcock, writer Anna Noguera on what excited them most about Kara's story. And you know what? I was also making a point about this too with somebody that I was talking to somebody at the comic shop a couple days back about how when you watch the last trailer that actually this writer right here, Anna Noguera, she's credited in like the main credit titles that are going up after the trailer. Like it says directed by the director that's directed by, and then the writer's name was like blasted in big bold letters right above the name of the director. Because I believe so that the director is a man and the writer's a woman, and they just didn't want her, a man to be at the forefront or to be at the front of the production of this lineup of credits. And I think that as seeing all this PR mess that Millie Alcock's been swimming in lately, that's definitely a thing that they're trying to push out there, is that women are being pushed to the front. We need to support women. This is a movie for women. This is a big step for women in superhero roles. The same kind of jargon that we're used to Hollywood trying to smack us in the face with. So I don't want to hear it, man, honestly. And I know that they're pushing the writer next to the star, like how you see here. That's definitely like some power move in their eyes, quote unquote power move. Keep on scrolling down here. USA Today tried to bring us around the world or bring us back around with the 1984 Supergirl movie, saying where are they now? And then the more reporting as well of the red carpet showing of the film. And there's already pre-screening and early release screenings going on right now. There's actually people, it's trending on Twitter a little bit that they're talking about how like hashtag Supergirl, and there's people that are like non-spoiler discussing like their first reactions to this film. Maybe we can take a look at that on X in a moment here, or we can look at some of the X posts that are going around. But if my computer doesn't want to cooperate, maybe we won't. Swimming back around to talking about that promo money that just hit their pockets. Another Screen Crush article 15 hours ago posted about that time Supergirl co-starred in a movie with Popeye's chicken, that is. Thanks to her alien origin and the yellow rays of the sun, Supergirl is nearly invincible. She can be hurt by kryptonite, of course. And then also 9 hours ago, IGN reported that Fortnite is going to be getting an official Supergirl and Crypto skin in the game. And dude, I'm telling you right now, they're panicking. This is straight up panicking behavior. So much money is hitting all of these platforms and all of these different IPs and brands and companies, all of these corporate conglomerates are getting smacked with Supergirl stuff because they really want to sell tickets and they really want people to show up for this. Unfortunately, that's all the money in the world isn't going to help this film. And then this is what I also wanted to point out: Bleeding Cool News, the bastards that these people are, they're going to be on their knees and they're going to be sucking the fat one of course, promoting anything that has to do with this movie in the world of comic books. And we have Summer of Supergirl special #1 preview. I'm gonna show this off a little bit further when we delve into new comics of the week later on in the stream. But I just wanted to show you guys that there is Supergirl specials and one shots and comic books that are being adapted and made as like prequel issues for this film, and as well like highlighting some of the older books of Supergirl. And when I say older, I don't mean like from the 80s or the 90s. I mean, like they're reprinting and republishing the Tom King run that this movie is based off of. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is getting a reprint and like a special edition variant. Again, we can go over that when we cover new comics of the week, and I can show those off a little bit better for you guys later on. But yeah, they're just fucking advertisement. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, this computer is old. I need to update it. But like I said, at the end of all this, DC is getting pumped with a lot of money right now, trying to play safe and trying to play catch up with all of this promotion that was going nowhere. And it just hit the shitter when this actress had to open her big fat mouth. This was something right here too. You guys can see DC Comics themselves, the website, put out I guess you could say like a spotlight. They're spotlighting the 2014 Supergirl Red Daughter of Krypton issue. And that, you know what, they can highlight that honestly, because the Red Daughter of Krypton book, way better than anything that Tom King is putting out as far as referring to that Woman of Tomorrow book that he put out in 2022. Hot garbage. And then right here, as we said, Millie Alcock, she was in some hot water because she was talking about like, or the person that was giving the interview said Supergirl being like a queer icon, and then Millie Alcock didn't disagree with her and kind of hinting that, oh, I don't know, like Supergirl can go both ways, or she's on a linear binary line, or the queer through line, some dumb shit she was going off about, but it didn't help the promo for this. And I'll tell you one of the other things that I thought was just laughable. Have you guys seen the popcorn bucket? Let's take a look at the popcorn bucket, because this shit is just yikes, man. Like, I think that when they do some of these designs for buckets of these movies, I think some of these are intentionally designed in order to cause a stir and to create a buzz, because I think that they okay, I had to be careful right now because it was opening Reddit, so I didn't want to you never know what's going to happen when you open Reddit. But this right here, guys, this right here was the popcorn bucket design. And I don't even have to say it out loud. You guys have seen some of your favorite YouTubers, other than me, of course, talking about this. And this is just fucking embarrassing, man. Like, how can you expect an entire community of man children, young teenagers, majority of young boys are comic book fans? Okay, there's a lot of women out there too, but let's be real, there's a lot more boys than girls. And young boys and young men and older men are automatically going to look at this and think something, and we're all thinking it. I don't have to verbally say it, but this was just not the move. Okay, this looks like some straight up, I can say it, man. This looks like a scrotum bucket. This looks like flap bucket. I just can't believe that they went with this, man. And I think I pointed it out too. I don't know if it was on the stream with Unlimited Tirade when I was telling Narrow Dark about it, or we were talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, and it probably has to be one of those. But the Wolverine bucket for the Deadpool Wolverine movie was definitely suggestive as well, with the way that they placed like a tongue on the edge of the bucket rim, and it was just questionable. Okay, so they know what they're doing with these. I think they do these on purpose to cause a stir and to create a conversation of like displeasure in the fandom and all the controversy that something like this can cause people to talk about. Obviously it works, because look, I'm talking about it here and now. So yeah, the popcorn bucket thing was definitely a disaster, and like, yikes, what a thing to behold. So yeah, Supergirl is going to be coming out in 4 days, And obviously, I'm going to watch it just so I can properly tear it apart. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people here that might give it a chance. There's going to be some people I know definitely aren't going to give any kind of money to go see this in a theater, which good for you. We can all go ahead and sail the high seas together to watch this film because this is going to be a fucking trash pile bonfire. I can guarantee it, man. I don't even have to stake it. I don't have to say any kind of numbers it's going to do. I don't have to say the amount of money it's going to make. I just know that this movie is going to tank bad. Supergirl is not going to be it. Spider-Man Brand New Day though, that movie's going to fucking I have problems with it. I have problems with Tom Holland and like the depiction of Spider-Man, what have you, in like the last 3 films that he's been in. So, and obviously Mark Ruffalo Hulk was a big thing that I was like, come the fuck on, man. Like, did we really need to? But anyway, I know that Spider-Man Brand New Day is gonna fucking smack when it lands in the theaters, and people are going to love that movie. That's gonna be the bigger movie of the year for certain, for sure. All right, so that's pretty much all that I wanted to say about Supergirl because I've talked about this movie plenty of times already. I'm sure I'm gonna mention it, of course, again when it comes out. Maybe make a video. I don't know. You'll have to wait and see. But that is the Supergirl topic right there. And let's go ahead and get back to regular screen real quick. All right. That being said, let's go ahead and let's see what you guys are saying in chat real quick. Stig Kenobi said the old PC games Thief and Sin FPS game are getting remasters in a few. They look good. I played Thief for a little bit, man. Thief was pretty all right. I played it on the Xbox 360 actually, matter of fact. I played a demo first and then I had played the game years later after the fact, but yeah, Thief was pretty good. Stig also said the Shills try to defend the move with it got a lot of sponsorship money. Yeah, but that doesn't really carry any weight, hold any weight. You know that, my friend. Of course, the Shills love to try to hit us with nonsense argument points. That's no secret right there. And then Stig also said Mando and Grogu, Masters of the Universe, and Supergirl, 3 massive flops in a row by Hollywood. Yeah, yeah. And you know what? I think Masters of the Universe is going to do well when it hits streaming. I don't know. I just have that feeling. I have that inkling, and I can feel it in the back of my hood that Masters of the Universe is going to do quite well when it hits streaming. Mando and Grogu, not so much. I don't think that's going to be doing that well at all. Supergirl, of course, yeah. we all know where that's going. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys being part of the conversation. So the next topic that I wanted to go ahead and get across tonight was I think we can talk about this first because the absolute Green Arrow thing, that's probably going to be more than a 5-minute little debacle or breakdown. Let's go ahead and talk about something a little more positive. This is something cool. We can all get behind this. Maybe, hopefully. I hope so. All right. And share screen. So there was discussions and there was talks about the next animated film from DC, and we finally got a reveal because we are indeed getting a trailer tomorrow for Batman Nightfall, the animated movie. So DC Studios today, they unveil damaged Batman logo for the Nightfall film. And it says DC Studios revealed a unique battle damaged logo for Batman ahead of this next animated movie. And then the article goes as followed by the image that they're talking about. DC Studios officially unveiled a Batman logo for Batman Nightfall, and it actually has a deeper meaning. Batman Nightfall will serve as the first part of a trilogy of animated Batman movies. Oh, so they're doing 3. That's pretty cool. Right on. I hope they're good because the Long Halloween adaptation, it was cool, but I don't know. Like I hope this one's adapted right. Continuing the article says adapted the 1990s DC Comics storyline of the same name. The story will reintroduce Batman's rogue gallery as the Dark Knight is forced to recapture villains like the Joker, Two-Face, and the Riddler after Bane orchestrated a calculated assault on Gotham and initiated a massive prison break. As a result, this overwhelming situation pushed Batman to the limit. DC Studios revealed a striking new Batman logo for Batman Nightfall Part 1 ahead of the film's trailer release, showcasing a classic bat symbol fractured with cracks radiating from within. Right on. So yeah, this looks like a classic Batman logo right here. A little bigger on the chest, if you ask me, but I think that might just be enlarged for the poster's sake. The blue highlights kind of gives a bit of like a Hush vibe design from the Hush outfit, but that remains to be seen. But yeah, I'm excited for this. The trailer is going to be dropping tomorrow, so that's going to be something that's definitely going to be crossing my path, and I might talk about it on X. I can tell you right now, guys, when I promote my X, it's only because I definitely show off more reactions that I have for like trailers and announcements and whatnot. I'll yap about it on X instead of like making a YouTube video, or because there's some things that I just say, you know what, do I really need to make a video about that? But I digress. Following the article right now, continuing, it says the damaged Batman logo is far more than a promotion of the movie. Instead, it directly visualizes the core trauma of the entire Nightfall saga, the breaking of the bat. Yep. And it says, continuing right here, in DC Comics, Bane's calculated approach exhausted Bruce Wayne physically and mentally until their explosive showdown ended with Bane snapping Batman's back, a key moment that was already showcased on screen in 2012's The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, Christopher Nolan did borrow that from this particular comic book adaptation. So yeah, I didn't have a problem with that. Christopher Nolan, like, obviously when you want to see these Batman films on screen, you want to see them take things from the comics. Having a full-on adaptation too, like a true and full-on adaptation of a comic book in live action would be sick, but nothing ever really quite satiates and satisfies the fan base and the fanboys when we watch some of these films. It always can be more accurate, or always can be a lot more overthought and calculated and detailed down to what we exactly expect from these heroes and what they should look like in live action. So yeah, I think that this is going to be like I say, I'm not going to say I think this is going to be good, but I'm hopeful that this is going to be good, especially if they break it down into 3 parts. Uh, the article says right here, interestingly, this damaged Batman logo is quite different from what DC Studios initially presented for Batman Nightfall, which featured a classic, seemingly elongated bat symbol. The second bat symbol below felt more grounded and ominous with a deep crimson glow. Yeah, because that's the original design. Like, if you go back and check out these Batman Nightfall issues from the era that they were releasing, yeah, this is exactly how we looked at it. The way that this Batman font right there is actually the Batman font that you see on the floppy books itself. So yeah, that's way more authentic and like to the actual design of the adaptation book that they're deriving this from. So that's what's up. That's what's up. And then it says, continuing, saying, compared to other established Batman logos, Batman Nightfall Part 1 symbol is clearly a bold evolution from cleaner logos as it embraces destruction and eventually rebirth. The classic 1966 oval bat logo represented the Silver Age, serving as a fun and optimistic era of the Batman franchise. And then it says the modern suit Batman logo from Michael Keaton led movies from the Michael Keaton led movies feature the stylized black bat silhouette inside a bright yellow oval. It also has a metallic looking chest emblem on the armored black suit, depicted as an imposing and highly polished logo. Yeah, the older logos were pretty sick. So, they're just comparing it to all of the other logos. Okay, I don't really think there's a deeper meaning. I think that's pretty on the nose. We can probably just go right there. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this. I think that there's some adaptations of animation that they've done well with comic book stuff, and I think that there's ones that they've definitely fucked up on. Like the Killing Joke. Need I always bring up the Killing Joke animated film? Like the first 35-40 minutes, you can just skip it because it's some nonsense that they threw in there with Batgirl, and they made a like pseudo like romance story for Batman or Barbara and Bruce, and it didn't really make sense. And I need to do more research if there was actually like a canon story or a canon moment where Bruce and Barbara had like a romance, but I really doubt it because I want to say that Bruce has always been older than Barbara, like significantly older than her. Like she was a child when he first started to be Batman, and because she comes around. Actually, no, because there's moments where she comes around and then she's the same age as Dick Grayson or close to it. So, because I was going to go off of Tim Drake's Batman right now, but I don't know. That's to be more researched for me before I discuss it more. But yeah, Batman Nightfall animated film is going to be coming out soon. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to viewing it to make sure and see if they do it properly. That's going to be cool to see. More to come down that line. Let's wait for the trailer to come out tomorrow. I'm excited. All right, let's go ahead and we can move on from that one. And real quick, before we keep going in the chat, Stig said, "Remember all the people who spurged when the Mando show got criticized? They are very quiet and now. They are, aren't they? They are indeed, Stig. They are indeed." I can't wait till we get up to new comics of the week pretty in a bit, because there's like a fake Star Wars comic that we can all rip on too. I love ripping on the fake Star Wars books that I see. And then Stig said the Street Fighter movie and the new Evil Dead might be fun. Street Fighter might be cool. Evil Dead, I'm kind of a little more picky on horror adaptations and sequels and remakes, because I just newer horror, it doesn't hit how the 80s stuff did. It doesn't hit how like the giallo 70s like Italian films did. Like I'm really picky when it comes to horror, man, but I'll watch it. I'll still watch it, We'll see what happens. Then right after that, Jordan EU Purist. Shout out to Jordan EU Purist. Good to see you, man. Dark greetings, Decrepit, Stig Kenobi, and everyone. Good to see you, man. Shout out to Jordan EU Purist in the building. And then February said, "What do you think should have been the first female lead DCU movie?" That, to me, man, it should have been Wonder Woman, honestly. Like if we're just doing a reshoot and a recast of everybody, just have a recast for Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman and just give us a new one. I think that if you want to give us a solid foundation for DC franchise and DC films, give us the Trinity. Give us Wonder Woman, give us Superman, and give us Batman, and then branch out from there. Don't even have these kind of ideas thinking that you're going to make like a Clayface movie. Don't give us a Suicide Squad, another Suicide Squad film. Don't give us a Peacemaker show. Don't give us a Lantern show. Don't give us a Supergirl film. Give us the holy DC Trinity. I want a Batman, I want Wonder Woman, and I want Superman. Get those down, get them right, and then we can build from there. That's how I feel about it, man. But yeah, good question. Thank you, February. Appreciate that, man. All right. And then after that, I think that's enough. We went ahead and we caught up to chat. Let's go ahead and move in to the review, or I guess we can call it a review, but we're going to do like a minor breakdown of this for Absolute Green Arrow issue number 2. All right. So let's go ahead and pull it up. Obviously, I'm doing this off of a Sailing the High Seas site. So I wanted you guys to see exactly the entire like pages and panels that I was looking at when I first saw this. I did not buy this issue. I bought the first one so I could read it. I took the first one home, and I'll probably be letting the first one go, selling it or whatever I can. But Absolute Green Arrow number 2 came out last week, and like I just want to give some context. I focused one of my episodes of Hang Out with Your Floppy last month, or at the beginning of this month, about Absolute Green Arrow number 1, and I was giving it a little bit of I was giving it some slack. I was giving it a little bit of some breathing room because I wanted to see where it went. I wanted to see if they were going to get this concept of the Green Arrow killer down and how they were going to build around it and what the story was going to do. So I wanted to see what was going to happen, man. And honestly, they just did the typical stuff of just letting you down with this one. Honestly, like I can't sugarcoat it. They went with the whole bait and switch concept, showing you off a cool killer. Obviously, this Absolute Black Canary was being shown off on some of the variant covers for issue number 1. That was going to be expected. Of course, they were going to show like one of the main side characters, but she's not a side character. This book might as well be not titled Absolute Green Arrow at all. This book might as well just be titled Absolute Black Canary, because this book has barely anything about Absolute Green Arrow in it. So we're gonna go ahead and scroll down on this. Fuck it, I don't care if we spoil the book, but this is the first. Those are the first. That's the cover art for cover B, or excuse me, cover A. That's the artwork for cover A, and then you get an advertisement, and then this is the first page. And I'm not counting this page right here because there's like it's like a nightmare sequence right here where she's dreaming of Oliver Queen being the killer, and then she wakes up in like a cold sweat. But that's the first page right there. And then after this dream sequence, like I said, I don't count it, but after the dream sequence, Absolute Green Arrow is literally only on 1 to 2 pages at the end of this book. And the rest of this is all about the journey of Absolute Black Canary. And yeah, man, I just I didn't want to accept this. Obviously, it was definitely leaning towards that line. And when you were reading issue number 1, I thought it was just like some backstory until we finally get from the point of view of the killer and more of the actual like inner workings of how the psyche of this killer operates and what's pushing him to the over the edge of wanting to kill all of these rich billionaires. But it just turns out we care more about, or I should say, the writer of this book cares more about talking about Absolute Black Canary's inner thoughts and her inner monologues and dialogues and what she thinks about the whole situation and how she's tackling this these happenings and these killings. So yeah, I'm just unfortunately, who's the writer on this one? Yeah, Pornsak Pichetshot, however the fuck you say this person's name. This person is definitely like simping for Black Canary and thinks that Black Canary should be the star of this. Like every page is Black Canary, guys. As you can see here, every page is Black Canary. She's a badass. She's in the role of the ultimate bodyguard. Excuse me, I should say. They call her a lady guard in issue number 1. But this is just absolute. It's not absolute Green Arrow. It's not absolute Black Canary. It's absolute dog shit. You got a lot of her like digging back in her past and going because she has that background in like martial arts and boxing. So there's definitely a fat scene with her like meeting up with somebody that she used to know in that realm, and she's going to be giving her the what for, giving her the old fisticuffs. But before that scene happens in the book, we get a flashback to when Oliver was getting put on blast about being friends with this guy Jubal. I think, yeah, Jubal, and he's the partner of Ollie for this Green Arrow application that they're developing. And this whole scene builds around the fact that Jubal is basically a PDF file, and he and Ollie's turning a blind eye and trying to give some grace to a guy, and this girl's being like the knight in shining armor, the hero that's putting Oliver Queen in his place and basically telling Oliver Queen that he shouldn't even be working with this person, which, you know, I wouldn't work with a person like that. But I just feel like they're just really hammering the fact in that every man in this book is just a piece of shit. Like the girls and the women in this book are the ones that are setting the record straight and putting these men in their place and telling them that they're doing the wrong thing and that they should not be anywhere near any kind of role of like leadership. This is just really, it's honestly sad to see. This book doesn't it doesn't love Green Arrow, it hates him. This book hates Oliver Queen. This book adores Black Canary, and this isn't even like the real Oliver Queen and Black Canary, of course, guys. This is the absolute Elseworld storyline, but this is just honestly like I knew I should have known. That's all I could say. I can stutter all I want, but I should have known, okay? And that was like a big, what did they did? They dedicated 1 page, two pages to that right there of Oliver Queen getting reprimanded. And then they dedicated 3.5 pages to Absolute Black Canary beating the shit and having a kick-ass boxing mixed boxing match with this girl that she's trying to get answers out of. And it's honestly like right here, this design of these panels right here is just so much that they tried to pack into this, and this is just honestly lazy. Like look at that face design right there of her. Look at her right here. Like that looks like a guy with just a wig on. Like, are we sure that this Black Canary is, or this Diana Lance, we're sure that this isn't like a trans character? Because the variant covers that they show off for this, I'm going to show it off in New Comics of the Week segment, but the variants really, and like they really focus in on her muscles and her arms and like the way she's built, like she's strong and shit. So honestly, this is just like a big jack off session on how like kick ass and how strong. Like look at that panel right there, dude. Like look at the artwork right there. Like it's literally just a guy, but they just put like a lesbian haircut on her or on him. Like, goddamn, dude. And anyway, so then there's this like towards the end of this book, like it was just a whole lot of inner dialogue of this, and then her like 5 to 7 pages wasted on her trying to get answers from someone in her past. And basically, it ends towards the end of this book, or this issue number 2, that there's Connor Hawk is like a person of interest, and then the son of this guy, it pulls up and is saying like, oh, like, who are you? And then she fucking snapped, she's at gunpoint, and this bitch fucking snaps the handgun out of this guy's fucking hand, snaps the handgun out of his hand, and then pins him against the wall. And like, look at her, dude, like, she can't lose. She's the ultimate badass. She looks like the fucking Punisher. She looks like the Punisher. Are you sure she's not Batman? God damn, dude. So anyway, uh, right here, she fucking owns another young man that doesn't know how to handle a weapon, doesn't have any kind of know-how or common sense. And like, getting towards this, the last pages, I'm telling you, right here, the last pages is what we finally get another partial glimpse at the Green Arrow killer right there in all his glory. And they give him 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, or excuse me, 2.5 pages of the Green Arrow killer at the end of this book, and that's all you get. He shoots an arrow at this corpse that they uncover in the back of this building. He shoots it again at the jugular, drops the blood directly into her eyes, and she's like, blinded. And then the Green Arrow killer fucking sits there like a Chad. He's the coolest looking thing about this book, and we barely get him in this book. I know, I sounded very hopeful, but this is just, unfortunately, this is what happens when I try to give things a chance. And then the trick shot is made. The kid comes out to try to shoot the killer. Trick shot is made, and then the killer shoots the arrow into the kid's shoulder. And as we know from the first issue, that the arrows are poisonous with like the tips of them, and it ends up like eating away at the face of the victim and ends up killing them slowly. So right there, you get a dramatic little death scene of the kid right there with the shot with the arrow. Get some dialogue saying you're trying, and then the Green Arrow killer speaks to her saying, your friend was trying to kill me. If you truly knew what Hammond was planning, how depraved it is, you'd agree. We've all lost luxury to turn the other cheek. And then that's it. That's all you get. And then the book's over. And then you get a reveal right here that after Black Canary is basically like wrapping up things with the police officers that pulled up, and then the body is hauled away. She gets a call from Malcolm over at the company, and they said they just got a lead on Roy Harper because he was one of the special interests or the suspects to be the killer, and apparently Roy's digging up graves in Star City. So yeah, a whole lot of nothing. You get a whole lot of I shouldn't say nothing, but you get a whole lot of absolute Black Canary in this book. That's what this book should be called. So yeah, I say all that to say I won't be continuing this book. Like, what an absolute letdown, what an absolute dog pile of shit. Yeah, that's pretty much all that I can say. Nothing really good to say about this. I'm sorry I led anyone astray in telling people that they should maybe give this a chance. That's my bad, and I have to own up to it. So yeah, that being said, goodbye to Absolute Green Arrow. I knew you not well. Right on. So let's go ahead and close that. Oh, it always does that to me. February in the chat said I gave the comic an honest shot as well. Disappointment with a cool premise. Yeah, man, it was really an unfortunate thing to have happen, but I don't know why I act brand new. This happens typically all the time. I should be used to this, honestly. I really should. So yeah, really big disappointment. Absolute dog shit. All right. I think with that being said, guys, we can go ahead and get into new comics of the week. And let's go ahead and share screen and let's get into it. Because I don't have a clip for new comics of the week, but I should. But we'll be working on that more. But shout out to everybody in the chat and shout out to the replay crew if you guys are watching. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Don't forget to like and share the stream. All right, now let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into new comics of the week, where we discuss and we lay out the previews of some of the stuff that's going to be dropping at your LCS. Those that are new here, LCS means our local comic store and or shop. So right on, I want to get into this because, like I said, there's a few things I wanted to reference this with covers. They're the fake Star Wars and then the Absolute Green Arrow 2 variants. Excuse me. There's Absolute. What Absolute book came out this week? It's Absolute Wonder Woman, Superman. Well, we'll get to it regardless. We'll get to it. But anyway, real quick in the chat, shout out to Mike C. He said, you always want something to be good, but then disappointment hits hard. Shout out to Mike C. Good to see you, man. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, you know, you wanna give something some grace, give something some hope, maybe have a little bit of a feeling that like, oh, like please let this not suck. Please let this be at least a little bit decent. And unfortunately, it just fucking kicks you right in the gonads. So yeah, it is unfortunate, man. Shout out to Mike C, man. Good to see you. All right. So new comics of the week, guys. For this week being June 24th on Wednesday, new comic book day. Let's go ahead and read the rollout. We got Absolute Wonder Woman hitting the shelf. Absolute Wonder Woman number 21 from DC, and then following into DC, more absolute stuff. We got Absolute Superman number 20. We got Detective Comics issue number 1110, issue number 1110. Can't wait for the next one. That's going to be the issue quad 1. And then following after that from DC, we got issue number 39 of Superman. Superman issue number 39 is going to be hitting the shelf. Marvel Comics is coming at you guys with Ultimate Endgame number 5. I wonder, finally, is the Ultimate Universe from Marvel finally going to be taking a bow? Let's wait and see. I haven't been keeping up. I dropped out of Ultimate Spider-Man around like issue 12, and maybe I could go back, and maybe if somebody gave me like a reason to go and revisit the series, maybe I'd give it another chance. But right now, I don't see myself like dabbling into the Ultimate Universe. It wasn't very notable. It didn't really do anything for me. And like give us solid Spider-Man, and even Amazing Spider-Man, as we all know, is shit. And real quick before we keep going, Webslinger's in the building. Shout out to Webslinger. He said yas. Good to see you, man. Shout out to Webslinger in the chat. All right, after that, we got Justice League Unlimited issue number 20 is going to be hitting the shelf. We got X-Men number 32, and then following up with more Marvel, we got Captain America issue number 12 is going to be hitting on the rack. Zatanna from number 3 from DC, and then we got The Flash issue number 34. Looks like he's going to be going up against everyone's favorite gorilla, that is Gorilla Grodd. And then following up, we got another Wonder Woman book, but this is from the solo line. We got Wonder Woman issue number 34 is going to be hitting the shelf, and then we got Green Lantern number 36 is also going to hit the rack. The Jeremy Adams run of Green Lantern, I've been a fan of it and I like it, but I have to admit, guys, like after issue 30 and 31, when we got Kyle Rayner at like the center of the stage for this book, I have to admit that I've been kind of like, I've been kind of like meh with a little bit of like the direction that Kyle Rayner's been going with this one. And it's just kind of, I don't know. Maybe I'll make a video actually discussing like my opinion on this particular run of the comic book by Jeremy Adams. But until this is finished, I want to wait and for it to be complete, the story, so I can properly review, properly critique it. So Green Lantern number 36 is hitting the shelf. I'll be waiting out to read it. I'm curious on how much further they're going to be giving Jeremy Adams on this run, honestly. So we'll back out from that. Following up, more books that are going to be hitting the shelf. We got Infernal Hulk issue number 8. We got Ultimate Universe finale number 1. God damn, we got Ultimate Universe Endgame and then Ultimate Universe finale. How many more Ultimate books and Ultimate wrap-ups do we need? Like, sheesh, man. After that, we got Wolverine issue number 22 from Marvel. And jumping over to Image, we got Void Rivals issue number 31. And back over to Marvel with Doom Quest issue number 2. And then from DC, they're hitting you guys with a facsimile this week with Swamp Thing 1989 issue number 3 facsimile. Synopsis for this facsimile reads, after 3 decades of controversy and cancellation, Rick Veitch's finale to the Swamp Thing time travel saga barrels towards its mind-bending conclusion. Swamp Thing's journey back through the time is finally led all the way to the Big Bang and beyond. There, in the presence of the source of the multiverse, Swamp Thing must make an impossible choice: join the source of life itself or find his way home to Abby. While 13 billion years in the future, John Constantine works his occult network while hell itself is ablaze with billions of yesteryears, forging evil into a new and terrifying form. The child of Swamp Thing, Abby Arcane, and John Constantine heir to the role of Earth's elemental, is about to be born, and everything hangs in the balance. Right on. Finale facsimile coming at you for Swamp Thing. All right. After that, we got. Oh, hold on, real quick, guys. I'm gonna take a sip of water. We're a little water break, real quick for the hood lad. Ice cold, how I like it. All right. Then following up from Marvel, we got Venom issue number 259. And it looks like MJ is still got the Venom symbiote, doesn't she? God dang. It says synopsis for this reads Venom MJ. Oh, is that what they call her? Venom MJ? Oh, Jesus almighty. Oh my gosh, dude. I can't with these people. It says gets an all new look, a face with the hair. Like she looks like Scream, just with extra steps. A face from Venom's past is back from the dead, with a warning that could mean the end of the world in the face of the apocalypse. Who can Mary Jane Watson trust with her greatest secret? Not who you think. Meanwhile, Dylan Brock makes a decision, and the Venom family may never be the same. Plus, an all new look for Venom J. Oh my god, dude. Why that's some cool artwork, but Clayton Crane always does good artwork with symbiotes, but why is Mary Jane Watson a fucking symbiote user, dude? When they introduced this, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? And they just keep it up. Oh, that's for the World Cup variant, I guess, right there. But yeah, this is just who cares about this, man? Golly. I have my problems with the DC runs right now, but DC's fucking tanking every Marvel book for sure. It's shadowing over any Marvel release right now. The DC stuff is, at least. Anyway, focused on that too much. After that, we got Harley Quinn issue number 63 hitting the shelf. We got Corpse Night number 3 from Image Comics. We got Bizarro Year None issue number 2 hitting the shelf as well. We got Escape number 8 from Image Comics. We got King Spawn issue number 56 from Image Comics hitting the shelf for you guys. And then you get another Spawn book. You get Gunslinger Spawn number 55 as well this week. And then you got Summer of Supergirl special number 1. Right here, look what it says on the cover. Says Summer of Supergirl special, 3 thrilling tales celebrating the women of tomorrow. And look at that right there. The female shark. You got Superboy, Superman, whoever that is. That Lobo's kid. Who gives a fuck? And then you got Lobo, and then Supergirl with Crypto. Let's see if they gave it. Oh, that artwork is horrible. Pablo Villalobos. That artwork is awful. Jesus almighty. These are all bad. All 5 of these, like that right there, they're just promoting the movie. That's for promoting the movie, and the main covers for promoting the movie. And they say Women of Tomorrow because who wrote Women of Tomorrow? Tom King. And look, oh my god, dude, look at this lineup. I have to zoom in. Look, you guys have to burn this into your fucking brain. Look at the list of credits for this book right here. Look at that. I just want that to sink in for everybody in the building, like for you guys to see this. If you're not seeing this and you're just watching this, maybe take a gander at your phone or your screen real quick so you can see this. Did you see it? You got it? All right, let's go ahead and get out of there. I'm out of there. Oh, man. What have you done? Look how they massacred my DC universe. Look how they massacred my boy. All right. After that, we got The Peril of the Brutal Dark, and Ezra Kane mystery number 5. That's a mouthful from DC Vertigo. We got Image Comics hitting you guys with White Sky issue number 4. From Marvel Comics, after that, we got Generation X-23 issue number 5 hitting the shelf. We got Capes number 8 from Image. We got Conan the Barbarian issue number 32 hitting the shelf. Anyone keeping up with the Barbarian books right now? Anyone can tell me if those have been good? I haven't been keeping up. I picked up issue 21 to 28. I want to say I read those 7 issues, but then I kind of fell off. Like I don't know, but I need somebody to tell me. Again, it's one of those, I need someone else to tell me, like, hey, pick it back up. It's pretty good. All right, continuing with Image, we got Feral issue number 24 is also hitting the shelf. Moonstar number 4 from Marvel hitting the rack. We got Red Roots number 3 from Image Comics. IDW Publishing hitting us with TMNT Shredder issue number 9. And then following after that, we got Amazing Spider-Man Spider-Versity number 3. Looks like, what is that, Carnage on the cover? Let's look at this. Tutelage of the Young Spider-Men and Spider. I hate the fucking Spider family multiverse shit. God. I like some multiverse Spider-Man, but I don't like all of it. I don't need all of that. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't need all of this. Following it says Spider-Women and Spider-Men of the Marvel Universe by Norman Osborn and Jessica Drew continues. The Spiders have learned a lot, but both Norman and Jessica would never pit them up against Carnage. Fresh out of the hit Death Spiral, Carnage has changed, and it's on a collision course that might make the deadliest book in Spider history. Well, this is probably going to suck, but let's see if they have, like, is there a cool Carnage variant? No, not really. Why do they make Carnage look like a bug right there? Why does he look like that? He looks like a bug. I don't know. Anyway, who cares about this one? I don't care about it. I don't know why I'm wasting breath on that book. Scroll back down because we like to take our time. We got Superman, Father of Tomorrow, Elsewhere. Oh, that book already came out? Oh, god dang. I actually wanted to check this out. I don't know if I mentioned this on the last Hangout here with your floppy when we were talking new comics, but this book actually looked interesting. Damn, man. Yeah, this is like what if Jor-El was the one that crashed instead of Kal-El? Damn, man, damn. I'll have to come back to this one on a future episode because I need to read issue number 1 to give my thoughts because I did want to check out that Elseworld book. All right, scrolling back down to catch up. We're about, I want to say we're like 80% done with this list almost, guys. Bear with me. We got Justice League Dream Girls at DC Pride event, issue number 4. Yeah, everyone's excited about that. We got X-Men Out Back number 1 from Marvel hitting the shelf. Oh, this one looks interesting. From Image, we got Universal Monsters Blood of the Wolfman number 1. You guys know I'm a sucker for some horror books. Joshua Williamson, Leo Max Pitt Martin. What? Okay. I like that one. Oh, that one's pretty good. I like that cover. These are some good covers. If you guys aren't looking at the screen, these are pretty nice. What does synopsis read? It says Adam Yeager thought he could become someone new at college, but not like this. One moment he was partying, the next he's recovering from a massacre that left almost no survivors. The worst part, he might be responsible. As the monster within tries to claw loose, Adam will do anything he can stop from becoming the Wolfman. And Joshua Williamson's on this, so to be determined, right? I might give that a shot. Maybe I'll pick that up this week. I'll have to jot that note down for my comic book shop owner. I'm gonna shoot him a text, be like, "Hey, let me get that book." All right. Then we got Twilight Zone number 8 coming out this week. I don't know if anyone's been reading the IDW Twilight Zone series. I have to maybe give it a chance. I haven't touched it just yet. We got Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn number 15 coming from Image, and then another Image book. We got Final Boss number 7, and even more Image. We got Narco number 4 hitting the shelf this week. And then, of course, we get to one of my favorite moments in the news comics of the week, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Echoes of the Empire, issue number 3. Invasion of Batuu. Look how they put Rey on the fucking cover. Oh my gosh. All right, we'll get to the covers in a moment. But Invasion of Batuu. Darth Vader takes on the droid fighting force, but will the epic battle give Luke, Leia, Chewie, C-3PO, and R2-D2 a chance to escape the Imperials? Meanwhile, AOGA makes her move against the Syndicate running Black Spire Outpost. Who gives a mother F about this book? I sure don't. They got Rey right there on the cover for cover A. And then, oh, there's a Leia cover right there. Lionel Francis did a Leia cover. That is an awful design for Luke. Look at his face. That doesn't even look like Luke. Golly, man. That is all. And they're doing a Virgin variant. And there's your Pride cover right there. And then a shitty Darth Vader. Is this like, this looks like it's jacking from, oh shit, my bad. Too much scrolling. This looks like it's jacking from a classic Vader cover. I feel like, hold on. Now I need to look this up. Star Wars Classic. It's a Star Wars Classic cover. I just know it is. Classic Vader comic. See images. Oh, I guess maybe not, but close, kind of. I was thinking of Star Wars Classic issue number 3, or Classic Star Wars, excuse me. But I guess not too much. But either way, this is a shitty cover for Vader. Honestly, despise it every moment of it. Despise it. Fake Star Wars, guys, get your fake Star Wars here. I should like buy all the issues at my shop and then just go burn them in the back and then record it and then post it online. And then yeah, I know obviously I'm not going to do that because that would mean I have to pay money for them, and I'm not giving money. It's giving money to the shop because the shop already bought the books. You're just paying the shop for their investment return. But yeah, that would be funny if all the copies of that book just so happened to catch on fire. All right, continuing on, we got more new comics to still cover. We got Gotham Academy, first year, number 5. We got from Bad Idea Comics, we got a book called The Hab, number 3. Don't know what that's about. We got Hornsby and Halo, number 14 from Image Comics and Ghost Machine. And then more TMNT. We got Saturday Morning Adventures, issue number 38 from IDW Publishing. And then jumping over back to Image, we got The Eye Collector, issue number 1. What's that one about? I need to see what that was about. That one looks interesting. Following after that, we got The Curse of Shirley Johnson, issue number 6. And then to the next row, we are almost done, guys. Do not worry. We got In Your Skin from Image Comics, issue number 3. We got number 5 is Ted OK from Mad Cave Studios. And then Batman Wayne Family Adventures, issue number 206 is hitting the shelf. And then we get another Hellboy. We got Hellboy and the BPRD. The Monster of Nivola, issue number 1 is going to be hitting the shelf. That's coming out of Dark Horse Comics. Then we got White House Robot Romance number 3 from Distillery, Mad Cave Studios with Racer X, issue number 8. That's a Speed Racer spinoff, if no one knows. We got Alice Forever After, issue number 4 from Boom Studios, American Caper number 8 from Dark Horse Comics, Thundercats and Silverhawks crossover, Thunderhawks number 3 from Dynamite Comics. We got A Quiet Place Storm Warning, issue number 4. We got Rocketeer Island, issue number 4 from IDW. And then Dynamite coming at us with a Vampirella Armageddon, issue number 12. Fuck it. Why be different? Why change? Every time I see Vampirella, I have to look at the covers that they're giving us. I'm gonna have like a sound effect eventually in later on, and it's gonna be like a goon sound effect. Not the one that you're thinking of. Get your head out of the gutter. It's just gonna be a word that's like goon, 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 or something like that. These are always nice. And of course, a Michael Linzer. Nice. Ooh, very nice. That's a nice cosplay cover. Very nice. Ooh. Right on. I approve. My name is Decrepit, and I approve the images that you were just seeing. You were just shown. All right. Couple more, and I think we are out of here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get to chat, and we'll catch up with you guys. And then let me yap first, and then we'll care about your opinions, guys. Just kidding. And then after that, we got Pretty Hate Machine number 3. I'm gonna pick that up because I read the first 2 issues. I know it's only going to be a 6-part series, but I'm interested to see where this one goes. More to be talked about later on. Hidden Springs number 2 from Dark Horse Comics is hitting the shelf. Mind Management, new and improved from Oni Press. And then we got Mad Cafe number 3. Mad Cave Studios 51, issue number 4. We got Gatchaman number 19, also from Mad Cave. And Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives, White and Black Special number 2. And then after that, any other Marvel and DC stuff you see right here, these are just reprints. We're getting a 4th printing of Absolute Batman number 15 right there. And then we're getting oh yeah, they're doing a Bloodshot reprint. Spider-Man Superman is getting another reprint. Yeah. Just a few replay, or excuse me, just a few reprints that we're getting right here. So, all right, I think that can cover it up, and that tears it for new comics of the week. Appreciate you guys checking that out. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get down and let's catch up with you guys in the chat. Shout out to the chat. The chat matters here. All right. Chat lives matter. Webslinger said, forgot to ask, as a fan of Blue Twi'leks, what do you think of Mission from KOTOR? I think that Mission in KOTOR is a minor. She's underage. So I don't have, I'm assuming she's a minor, and they call her a kid every time. So I don't want to speak on that because I don't find characters that they describe as minors attractive. Right? Am I right? Am I right? All right. And the Webslinger said, thoughts on Marvel's new Midnight Universe. What new Midnight Universe? I need to look into that. What's that about? Marvel Midnight Universe. What's that? Marvel Comics ushers in the Midnight Universe with same day. What's that? I do not know what this is. Let me read this real quick. With same day launch across titles, Midnight X-Men, Midnight Fantastic Four, Midnight Spider-Man all launched the same day in October. This is the first time I've heard about this, so I gotta read this real quick. Here, I'll take your chat off, Webslinger, and let me read this. For over 80 years, Marvel heroes have inspired hope. This October, that hope dies in the shadows of the Midnight Universe, a new publishing line where top creators unleash haunting new visions of Marvel's greatest icons. Is this like them trying to compete with like Absolute Universe again? Or no? Oh, well, let's see, right? Midnight Spider-Man. Oh, Philip Kennedy Johnson's writing that. Oh no. He wrote that Infernal Hulk book isn't good either. It says his exciting Marvel Comics debut artist, Cy Trunk. The debut issues of all three titles will hit stands together on October 7th as the only new Marvel Comics released that day, an impactful and rare move reflecting the project's unique scope and potential to grip readers. All right, yeah, okay. Well, I guess we're going to have to... The light had its turn, midnight, fall 2026. Midnight X-Men... Midnight. Okay, look here. I'll share the screen for this real quick so you guys can see. Let's see right here. So this is what Midnight, the preview for Marvel Midnight in October is looking like. Midnight X-Men. You got Nightcrawler there holding a sword, like a rapier sword. I don't know. Oh, it's a slider. Excuse me. Right there. Is this just more vampires, dude? Oh, like we already had Blood Hunt. Like, why do we don't need more vampires? Midnight Fantastic Four, #1. Ah, gosh, I don't know about that. And then Midnight Spider-Man. It's a real... Oh, that's kind of interesting. That's a freaky ass cover art. Midnight Spider-Man #1. I'll read this one because I care about Spider-Man more than any of these other characters. It says, a young Peter Parker is transformed into a hideous spider hybrid by the ruthless Oscorp Corporation in their pursuit for eternal life. When Oscorp begins to use the secrets unlocked by his mutation to create more human-animal hybrids, Peter embraces his grotesque new form to stop them. All right. Not really much advertised after that. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up, man. Appreciate you showing this off. Did not know anything about this. Midnight Spider-Man, Midnight Fantastic Four, and Midnight X-Men. Right on. Good stuff. Good stuff. To be announced more. All right, scrolling back up in the chat, Webslinger said, have you ever read Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic? Got to know if it's the greatest thing ever, like Gunn says. I've skimmed it. I skimmed through it. Wasn't really a page turner. I kind of had to kind of grit my teeth to skim through that. But yeah, it's if this movie's adapted from that comic like verbatim and exactly, obviously probably not, but if they're following after that comic book, I'm good. I'm really good. Yeah. I'm going to watch it, of course, just to shit on it, but I didn't need this to be made into a movie. Webslinger also said, following up, saying, here to recommend the Supergirl comic story from the Superman Batman series by Jeff Loeb and Michael Turner. Yes, that Superman Batman series is great. You know that there's an omnibus, or is it an absolute hardcover that they made, or an omnibus of that entire Jeff Loeb story? I fuck, dude. I need that. I need to put that on my list of stuff to get. But I will show off something that I am getting in the mail soon, but more in that in a moment. Webslinger said, "Woman of tomorrow, more like Whammon of tomorrow." Exactly. That's what I said, dude. That's what I said. That's what the fucking absolute Black Canary book is, too. February said, "It's wild we haven't gotten another Spawn show." I know, dude. Spawn HBO was so amazing. That show is fucking fantastic. I might rewatch that soon, actually. Fuck it. Yeah, I might rewatch that starting tonight. You just popped that into my head in February. Mike C said, "I read some of those Disney Star Wars comics at my library out of morbid curiosity." Fake fan. Hashtag fake fan. I'm just kidding, Mike. Just kidding, Mike. Yeah, man. Like, obviously, it's been mentioned on stream before too. Like, if you want to properly critique something, then go read it yourself. So that way you can jot down notes and point out all of the bullshit and everything that they came up with and counter it with actual true canon and true knowledge. So definitely it's good to like arm yourself properly. If one is to properly hate and despise and critique something, one must learn all the aspects of it. I think obviously I'm not quoting verbatim what Palpatine said to Anakin, but in that lines of it, you guys get the gist. February said, "Who's your favorite Blue Beetle?" You know what, dude? The Blue Beetle that they killed in Crisis. Blue Beetle that was killed in Crisis. I think it was not Countdown. Yeah, Countdown in Infinite Crisis. Ted Cord, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Thank you, Whipslinger. Yeah, Ted. Yeah, he was a good Blue Beetle. But what was the original? What was the I need to go back and read it from like the '60s era. But what was the original Blue Beetle that debuted with like the Question and Blue Beetle books? Those ones. Remember, you guys remember those ones? That one was pretty good. And then Webslinger said, "Marvel's new universe that is supposed to compete with DC's Absolute Universe again." Yeah, exactly, man. They need another one, another one, and another one. Marvel came out with Blood Hunt. Marvel came out with Ultimate, and now Midnight. So, and DC's Absolute Universe, I hate to admit it, as shitty as a lot of the books are, Absolute Batman is carrying all of that entire line on its back. Stig said, "Mission Val was 14 in the game. Trivia. Cool character, though. Useful." Yep, exactly. Like I said, if I had to pick a blue Twi'lek that I like Ayla Sakura. And I think there's a lot of gentlemen in the chat that can co-sign that. Real quick, guys, speaking of the Twi'lek persuasions, piggybacking off of another topic that we covered last stream, we did end up having a poll on the channel. I'll pull it up for you guys real quick because I know maybe some of you guys voted, but you didn't exactly go to look at the results. All right, here we go. Well, of course, I had to mention the Twi'lek poll. And share screen. All right. So yeah. So last stream we did was last Thursday. So we did a solo tirade episode. And by the way, real quick announcing on that, guys, solo tirade is going to remain the name for the off Thursday stream. All right, guys. So when I'm not streaming Unlimited Tirade like I am going to this week, on the other opposite Thursdays, I'm going to stream Solo Tirade, and the name is going to stay the same. We had a vote in the Discord, we had a vote on stream, and you guys said it unanimously with the give or take a few people that wanted a different name. Solo Tirade is going to remain the same name of the stream, okay? So appreciate all the participation for that one, guys. And then we had a poll set up like right after the stream that I did the next day after Solo Tirade, saying, based off last stream's hot debate, let me know where you stand, Zeltrons or Twi'leks. And after 21 big votes, 21 big ones, interaction from the community is always a plus, and I love to see it. Twi'leks won with 71%, with the Zeltrons trucking behind him at 29. So I think the luscious ladies of with the Laku have struck us again, and they are taking home the crown. Maybe next stream we do on the Unlimited Tirade, we can do another poll and see if the Twi'leks can get outbeat by another race in the Star Wars galaxy, but I highly doubt it. I think the Twi'leks are going to remain the queens of our hearts until we can agree on another one. So yeah, just to let you guys know that Twi'leks washed Zeltrons out of the water with a significant lead, as you can see here. So shout out to all the Twi'lek ladies, all the Laku darlings in the galaxy. All right. And then Mike C said, I voted Zeltrons. I'm in the minority. Hey, man, you outed yourself and you were honest about it. You stand on your word and you lost for it. You lost dearly because I also voted Twi'leks. I voted in my own poll and I put Twi'leks. So yeah, go F yourself. I'm just kidding, man. That's what's up. Voting Zeltrons is just fine. February said, I love democracy. I love the Twi'leks. With the power you give me, women will always be judged on their hairdress. Just kidding, guys. Shout out to February. Stig said Karth and Mission are getting 6 in. Okay, I had to read that slowly. I didn't know where you're going with that, man. I saw 6-inch in black and I had to slow down. Karth and Mission are getting 6-inch black series figures in September. Double pack. Mission looks really good. Really? Oh, wow. Maybe, you know what? I wanted to bring it up on the stream this Thursday on the Unlimited Tirade with Narrow Dark, but that is interesting that that's mentioned because there was pre-orders that went around for a double pack with from KOTOR 2 with Nihilus and Darth Treya, and I saw somebody in the Discord posted that in one of the tabs, and that shit looks sick, dude. I think that the Treya figure looks great. Oh yeah, it was shout out to Soul Assassin. Soul Assassin was putting me on to like some custom Star Wars expanded universe creators that like people that make kits and painted edits that you can add on to figures to make them into your favorite expanded universe characters. So shout out to Soul Assassin for that. One of my favorite Vatos on YouTube. Stig said, look up Danny Starbreeze, good-looking Zeltron from the old Marvel Comics intro character to that race. If I had gone that route, I would have said 8 inches, sir. Jesus Christ. We're a classy stream, guys. I swear to God. We're a classy stream. I'm a classy man. Stig said Treya and Nihilus are already out. Yeah. They came out already. I saw somebody that got their pre-order in. It got delivered to their house. Looks really sick, dude. But I'm gonna go. I could go into that topic right now, but I want to save that topic for Unlimited Tirade this Thursday, definitely. While we're talking about stuff that we were looking to purchase and buy, I ended up pulling the trigger on something really, really nice, guys. I haven't paid for it yet. I'm paying for it this Friday. But I went to my local shop, talked to my shop owner, and I was like, "Hey man, do you think you can get this for me? I could use it for the collection." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, like no problem." He's like, "Just let me know when you want to come pick it up." And I got the message today that it got delivered to the store. And what I ended up picking up, guys, I couldn't help it, man. I couldn't help it. You guys, honestly, when you see it, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, figures that you would get that. But I ended up picking up an absolute edition for Green Lantern, the Sinestro Corps War. In all of its glory, gentlemen, in all of its glory. Big old hardcover edition in the slipcase. It's very beautiful. I'll have to get some more images, of course, or take images myself so I can show it off clearly. Obviously, when I get it in my hands, I'm going to show it off in the Discord. But This is just absolutely stunning, and I can't wait, dude. It's gonna look great on the shelf. It's gonna look even better when I'm like I get my hands on it and I'm thumbing through the pages and I'm actually reading this. This is going to be awesome. I'm really excited about this. Stig said in the chat, Jaina and Jason are coming out in a few months too. Double pack. Ooh, I have to look at that. I'm gonna hold my tongue. I want to talk about like custom Star Wars figures and all those good stuff. Stig, try to come around when we do Unlimited Tirade this Thursday, brother. Try to hold that thought if you can. He said, I bought the Kyle Katarn 6-inch figure I had wanted one since I was a kid. I want a Kyle Katarn figure as well. I want him to look like Dark Forces 2, Kyle, like the orangish hue and then the green saber. February said, how many bones did it run yet, dude? I ordered it through the shop and I'm dropping 120 American on this one. 120 American dollars. 120 schmackaroonies for this one. But it's worth it, man. I'm telling you, it's worth it. High quality, giant size pages. It's very beautiful. Very beautiful. I couldn't help it. Mike C said omnibuses are the way to get comics. I have the Dark Horse ones for Tales of the Jedi. Dude, I have a lot more like trade paperbacks for Star Wars Dark Horse stuff and single issues than I do like the thicker ones. I have to get the thicker collected omnibuses for those as well, of course, but I like collecting the single issues for the Dark Horse Star Wars myself. I really do. It's awesome. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm going to stop sharing this, but yeah, I'm really excited about this. This absolute Sinestro core is going to be great. Let's see real quick. All right. Last thing I wanted to show off, and then we'll probably be on our out and out for the stream tonight, guys. Shout out to the replay crew and shout out to the live chat once again. We appreciate you guys being part of the conversation and being part of the community. You guys are awesome, man. I'm going to open Discord because I want to show off a video that I posted to the Discord. And if you guys already aren't in the Discord, guys, I'm going to put it in the description of this stream. I can't drop it in live chat right now because I need to generate an invite link for you guys. But definitely, if you guys are able to, check us out on the Realm of the Shadows Discord ran by me, Decrepit, and everybody that is able and is privy to what Discord has to offer. They are already in there with us and we're hanging out and we're always having a good time. So definitely go check us out. All right, real quick. Did I put it in collectibles? No, I put it in a different one right here. Okay, here we go. Star Wars. All right, there we go. Bam. All right, I'm gonna make the screen large. Wait, hold on. Let me share. Nope. And yeah, let me share screen. That'll be best for this one. All right, guys. This right here, this is my collection of like single Star Wars issues that I have currently in my short box. These are all Dark Horse Comics releases, and some of them are unfinished. As you can see right here, I only have issue 2 from the Attack of the Clones rendition, but it's like the photo cover, man, and a lot of these are very high grade. So just go ahead and fiend and seethe and cope as I thumb through this greatness right here. Got 2 of the Jango Fett open seasons. I need 1 and 2, but I got 3 and 4. This one was sick right here. Boba Fett when the fat lady sings. I never even knew about that book, but that was pretty sick to see. I found that in the wild at a yard sale too. Mara Jade, some Dark Empire 2, Empire's End. I love this fucking cover with Sidious, aka the Emperor, right there. I love that cover. It's awesome. Crimson Empire, if no one's privy, an amazing read. Shout out to Crimson Empire. And of course, Tales of the Jedi. I got Tales of the Jedi 1 right there, and then I have Tales of the Jedi, the Sith War, 2 through 6. So I need to get the rest of the regular Tales of the Jedi series here, but Tales of the Jedi, the Sith War is completed damn near, except for issue number 1. You got Exar Kun on the cover of that one. Exar Kun versus his master right there. So yeah, Okay, sorry about that. Let me go back. Splinter of the Mind's Eye was a cool one. I just got this one right here, Legacy issue number 6. Love that cover with the Imperial Knights. And of course, the Knights of the Old Republic issue number 1 handbook. I had a lot of those, but they turned into reader copies. So, but yeah, nice little stack. Oh yeah, Shadows of the Empire was at the starting of it right there, and was the Darth Maul, issue number 1 from Dark Horse as well. So yeah, just a quick flex on you guys. Little quick flex, nothing major, nothing big. And then February said, hell yeah, you're rereading in style. I want to, man. I want to. When I'm rereading comics, it's because I have to downsize a lot of my loose issues. I have like a lot of long boxes that I can just downsize into omnibus and absolute editions. And it's better for my space and it's better for my wallet in the end. Investing in those big printed, they're high quality pages printed for you, and a lot of the older books, they don't have like a lot of this vibrant coloring that these new printings do. Of course, I love older books and I love the way the older books and the artwork in them looks, but it doesn't hurt to transfer some of this over into higher grading and higher quality printing. Mike C said, with Western comics, I prefer omnibuses, but manga is single issues, volumes. Excuse me. Yeah, that's fair. I have all of the single volumes and single paperback books of like Death Note, Chainsaw Man, some Naruto Shippuden. So I definitely get it, man. I get that. But right on. All right, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and call it there. This has been a great episode. Shout out to, once again, I know I do it multiple times during the stream, but we can't disregard the chat, can't disregard the live, the replay crew. Shout out to all of you guys for being a part of the community and being engaging in the conversation. We love to have you here. So I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I know I for sure did. I need to drink some more water during the streams too, because my fucking mouth can dry out hella fast. But that being said, guys, we'll catch you guys later this Thursday for Unlimited Tirade when we hang out and talk all your favorite tisms and whatnot have you. And definitely we're going to talk about some fake Disney Star Wars 2 to boot. And that being said, I'm going to get out of here. So I'm Decrepit, the hooded lad in the corner of the cantina. And thank you for watching Hang Out with Your Floppy. So that being all said, may the force be with you all and go piss off. Good night, everybody.
H.O.W.Y.F 最後のシェイクマン